Yo, yo, yo. What up, what up, what up? It's Justin, and we are finally back with the CHH-ish Podcast. I took like 8 months off because life's been lifing. But today we're going to be joined by Fern. So let me invite Fern. This is the CHH-ish Podcast. Follow Fern. What's going on? What's going on, everyone? Here we go. I see some familiar faces here. I haven't done one of these in like 8 months or so, just because things have been crazy. But I'm hoping to do these more again, have a couple of guests lined up. Fern is restarting this podcast, Fern of Social Club Misfits. So he's going to be hopefully jumping on here any minute now. What's good? What's good, everyone? If you haven't watched this podcast, essentially, they're conversations mostly with CHH people, but not necessarily about CHH. So that's why it's like CCH-ish, kind of, because there are plenty of people in our space that do great things, just besides music. All right, let me try to hit Fern again. Fern, I see you joined. I sent a request. If that doesn't work, you send the request. There we go. Yo.
Hey, what's up, brother?
What's good, man? How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm turning down the cat music real quick. I had the cats vibing to the little,
You're turning down the cat?
Yeah, they know.
That's a new one. That's a new one for me, turning down the cat.
Yeah, man. I'm in a different zone this time, Justin. It's a new world. It's a new space for me. I got cats in my life now.
So is that the next project? Like, I know sometimes artists make lullaby versions for the kids. Are you gonna make, music for the cats?
I don't know, man. I got the no ads, on YouTube, the little no ads. It just goes on for 12 hours. I just let it ride out in the living room.
All right, nice.
What's
All
up,
right.
brother? Good to see you, man.
Yeah, man. It's been about a year since I last saw you in Nashville for Future Legacy.
Okay,
So,
yeah, man.
yeah, and that was a dope time. For everybody jumping in now, my name is Justin. I'm the editor of Rapzilla. This is Fern of Social Club Misfits, but also a solo artist and apparently a cat whisperer. This is the CHH-ish Podcast because it's questions with people within Christian hip hop. And we talk about things that are like kind of about CHH, but we like to veer off into different topics because a lot of you guys are really interesting besides the music.
That's what's
So
up.
that's essentially what's up here. And I know you guys probably get tired of answering the same questions
Yes, I hope
over
you
and over again.
got some new ones.
Yeah.
That's
Like,
what's up.
I'm not gonna ask you like, hey, when you gonna shave your beard or how long you've been growing your beard.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about that. I want to focus the first couple questions about some of the more important things in your life, which is your health journey.
Let's do it.
And I know you are big on being a hardcore alkaline vegan, and I feel like most people don't even know what that means, or
first of all,
people might laugh at that. Like, so what does that mean? How has it changed your life?
you see the glow. First of all, I'm glowing. It's different, man. I'll be honest with you, man. Maybe like 5 years ago, a little bit before the pandemic. You know what I mean? The gentleman Chadwick Boseman, the Black Panther.
Yes.
Nobody would never think this is how it happened, but this is how it happened. So he was going through his health situation.
Right.
And what really, you know, drew me to it was that like he was filming like 5 films, and like, you know, like he was like 43 at the time, and I was like I was like right 38, 39, whatever I was. But I just remember that like, yeah, I had my kids, I was traveling a lot. I just started to think about health too. Not just because of the disease he had, but just like he was working so hard. You would have never knew. You would have never knew. It was so, he was just an amazing. So I got, you know, drawn to the story, and then make a long story semi-long, man, I just started to read up. You know the algorithm. You start to feed it, and I started to look for health stuff. Little by little, different stuff would show up until one time I seen a Dr. Sebi joint, and you know, and I started to hear about the Alkaline vegan. It's not even, I don't even go into the whole, you know what I mean? I just know I got the list of the foods, and it's basically all organic foods. So if you go, you know how you have a grocery list? I have the best list of all the best foods, which are all non-acidic foods, and that's what I eat. You feel me? I don't eat meat, I don't eat breads, I don't eat cheese, no sugar. Like but it's not hard how you would think.
Right.
Once you get into it and you find all the different foods that we're cooking, like shout out to my people at Unaltered, used to be VHO, my man Reggie, and my man Chef Pat over there. The foods that are being chefed up, man, like people really got to tap in. Alkaline, don't be scared. Alkaline just, I mean, disease cannot thrive in an alkaline body. You know, disease thrives in acidic pockets in your body. Like, you know what I mean? Wherever the disease is at, that's usually like mucus or like acid. You know what I mean? Just make a long story short, it was something that I was able to do cold turkey. I love it. Everywhere I go, people ask me about it. I like to speak about it. I probably will, like you start to see 33024, shameless plug, but I speak about, I start to introduce that, because as you start to see me be more consistent, you'll start to, you know, see the little pockets that I'm going to introduce, you know. And one thing that I am kind of proud about is that, you know, for many years, you know, we did the social club thing, and then I always wanted to drop solo stuff. You know, I did the 6 Douglas, and I always meant to keep dropping and keep going, but for whatever reason, you know, and ironically enough, I won't die on that hill, because the Lord already told me, he's like, look, if you would have did that Fern stuff and you would have really tried to do it how you wanted to, you would have had no time to raise your kids at all. I was already, I need to go home off the social club tours. Like, we were gone 200 dates a year in our heyday. You know what I'm saying? We were on the bus all the time. So it's just a beautiful season right now, being independent, kind of, you know, getting control of the calendar. You know, I can do it whenever I want, however I want. But what I was trying to say is, like, I kind of cried wolf a lot of times. So I'm gonna drop, and I never really drop. But that ain't me no more. You know what I'm saying? I'm just consistently dropping, and let the drops drop where they may, you know?
Yeah, and you actually, we'll get back to that, but you actually skipped all the way to like my 7th question.
Oh yeah, let's do it.
So you said, you know, for a while we kind of thought we were getting a 68 and Douglas part 2. That's kind of how you were kind of hinting at things, but what we got was the Shiesty EP.
And you know what, man? Shout out to the Shiesty EP, man. To me, that was me just jumping back in and just getting my feet wet, and just like, you know, putting my money where my mouth is. You know what I mean? Straight up. It was a season. Like, the thing is, like, the songs are real. When the money get low, it feel like you ain't no place to go. That's why, yo, like, that was real. Like, you know what I mean? Like, as you start, like, there was certain situations coming off the pandemic, you know, maybe as maybe shows slowing down and things just weren't the same how they were. And being a full-time musician, you know, those things hit quickly. You start to feel them fast. You know what I mean? So, like, every time I write, you know, from the diaphragm, from the heart. So it was definitely like, you could tell that's not something you just want to write. I don't want to talk about the money get low. I don't want to talk about that. I got to talk about that, because that's what's going on. And if you're giving them your heart, you're giving them your real life, you can't lose. And that's why I think I've been around for so long, because every time I talk, I'm giving you me. You know what I mean? And you see the glow too. So, you know, I'm still here.
You're dishing out, but you don't actually eat it. You don't eat.
What do you mean?
Because you said I'm giving meat, but you don't. You don't actually
pause this, man. This whole episode. Pause this whole episode.
You started it. You started
saying? Yeah, at the end of the day, man, I just feel happy. I feel blessed, man, to be able to have gone cold turkey and kind of just like ask Marty when we're on the road, bro, like straight up with just to go back on the Alkaline vibe. Like ask anybody, road manager, anybody. Like I don't fold, son. I don't fold for nothing. Like take me to Trader Joe's. I gotta get my dry mangoes. I gotta get. You
Yeah, I
feel
was
me?
gonna
I'll make it
how
happen.
hard it is, especially you Puerto Rican too, bro. Fried food, pernil, chuleta, like you don't
And
make
nah,
none of that stuff.
I don't. I don't. Ironically enough, there's ways to make those. Like I got vegan pateles here. I
Okay.
got a lady who made me some alkaline vegan pateles. So you gonna see me post those tonight. You feel me? And I can eat it with some quinoa and some chickpeas, and I can dress it up and I can make it look like something. You know, I'm gonna make it look like something. And it's gonna taste delicious. So what I want to do is I want to start as I start to push, I'll start to do these pop-ups wherever let's say I perform or something, or I set up a pop-up or something. I'm gonna link up with certain people that I know, like my people, Chef Pat, and I want to start to do pop-ups with the food to engage the culture, not only on the music, the merch, but the lifestyle that goes along with it, you know? And it's not as strange as you would think. You'd be like, wow, I can't believe 16 cows didn't have to die for this cheeseburger. I mean, I can't believe it. You
Yeah.
know, it's really a life after that. You know.
So so are there other things that you do to your lifestyle in terms of like fitness or like health goals, different things that you incorporate into your
No,
life?
you know what? Nah, just basically that. You know, grounding. For those who know grounding, you know, getting outside. You know, getting a little bit of sun in the morning. Grounding, getting your feet charged right into the dirt, right into the grass. But for the most part, man, I do a little bit of calisthenics. There's a little chain gang, a little regimen, push-ups, pull-ups,
Yeah,
dips.
yeah.
But that's about it, man. I'm like a little Bruce Lee under here. I'm like a little, you know,
Well,
the poster where he's like, with the nunchucks.
yeah,
That's me.
you
That's what I'm
know,
doing.
I did hear a quote. It was either today or yesterday that abs are made in the kitchen.
Yeah, they are, man. They are. You know what it is? The abs, like, you'll be surprised, man. You enter or actually Google or ChatGPT how much the entry weight is for your height. You'd be surprised, bro. We're not supposed to really be like full of, you know, fat like we think. You know what I'm saying? Having said all that, I ain't gonna lie. I am gonna bulk up a little bit, probably like 15 pounds in the winter. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna hit the weights a little bit, just a little soft, catch a vibe real quick.
Because you're gonna hit the road again in 2025. You need to.
I mean, I just
Need to
feel you
be
never know,
fit.
man. From your lips to God's ears, man. You know what I'm saying? I'll be ready.
You got that Fern fit. That's your brand.
Yeah,
Um,
man.
so I remember a couple years back, you were actually making some hot sauce
Yeah,
too, right?
yeah.
And
And
your
you know
wife
what?
does
We found.
Herbalife.
Yeah, we
So
were
like,
surviving. We were surviving, man. You
yeah,
feel me? We was trying to get different streams of income going and just entrepreneuring and just, you know, just having the entrepreneurial spirit, always hustling, always trying to find something. When they try to like shut us down for a bit and we couldn't really go out for a while, just found different things. I did Miranda's Munchies, started cooking food, um, and just always gonna find a way. I'm always gonna find a way. When my back's against the wall, that's when I go harder. You know what I'm saying? Like I said in that song, um, when the odds are against me, I go harder. Who am I to the game? I'm Coach Carter. Like those things are real life. You know what I mean? Those aren't
mm,
just lyrics. Like we're not just writing words that rhyme with triangles and shapes and you know what I mean and all that. You know, we're
yeah,
I'm more of the tell you my real life. You know, it just so happens to flow proper. So
yeah. And on Instagram, I saw a picture of you standing in front of like a farm. It didn't say Miranda. I think it said Mirando,
yeah,
but
that's a
farm.
spot right here, man.
That's
We
the
went for
spot.
the pumpkin patch real quick.
But
You know, cut a vibe.
but what about? Are we ever gonna get Farmer Fern?
You never know, man. You already do have Farmer Fern, but like I got a couple little fruits in the back and stuff like that.
Yeah,
But
me too. Me too.
definitely, man. You know what I mean? Like definitely, man. I could definitely see myself partnering with some brands, some nice organic brands, and really pushing that. That's another way too. We're not necessarily having to grow my farm. Maybe partnering with some brands I admire, and then maybe if I land a lucrative situation where I can afford a farm, I'll definitely buy a farm.
Well, there's a lot of alliteration that works with your name. You have Follow Fern. You have you have Fit
Oh
Fern or
yeah.
Fern Fit. You
Yeah,
have
we got
Farmer
weekend
Fern.
at Fernie's. We could do a weekend at Fernie's. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole for the little, you know, come see us on the weekend and just like the farmers market vibe, you know?
Yeah.
But besides that, man, I mean, I'm all over, man. I'm doing all types of things right now. I'm reinventing the Fern. You know what I'm saying? I'm throwing myself into a lot of different things besides the music, and I'm keeping my mind limber. You know what I'm saying? One thing I would tell people as you get older, man, you gotta read. You gotta keep your mind moving and keep those cylinders going, because that thing will start to seize up. That thing will start to dry up and kind of run rough.
No, I know now. I just turned 36, and I've already every day I feel it. I got to get moving. I got to stretch. Got to start eating right. And I try my best. You know, that's all we can do.
That's it, man.
And we got kids, so we got to be here for the kids. I want to still be able to pick up my kids when they're teenagers.
Really why I did it too, man. You know what I mean? Like, I can do whatever, bro. I'm outside with the kids playing football. My son's playing football now, and we outside and we're able to do that. So that's mainly really why I really did the fitness and why I really just stick to it, because it just makes sense. My kids are athletes too. Son's playing football, like I said. My daughter's dominating in volleyball, and I don't know. It just feels good, brother.
Yeah.
It feels good, man. I'm glad it happened, man. I really don't know. Like I said, it has to do everything with the Chadwick Boseman. But besides that, I don't know how it ever would have happened. It was such a chance thing.
And how I guess big of a difference was it before? Like, because I feel like you were
whatever. You know, I ate whatever.
You were kind of health conscious a little bit before that.
Yeah, but absolutely. But I wasn't a vegan or I wasn't a vegetarian.
Yeah.
You feel me? So I would always be just trying to be a certain weight. You feel me? I wasn't even trying to learn about fitness or anything. I was just like, oh, I'm slim.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You saw someone said in there you could do Fern's fairy tales. You got that too.
Fern's fairy tales, children's books coming soon. Yeah, we could do everything, man. You know what I'm saying? ChatGPT, we all we got.
All right, let's switch some gears a bit. I remember during COVID, you were telling me about somewhat getting into fashion, and I know you were big on like wanting to do cool masks for everything. But now you wound up doing a brand collab with Willie Esco for the CHH-ish collection.
Absolutely.
So how did that come about?
Yeah, man. We just been cordial on Instagram for a few years. You know, I grew up. I used to buy Willie Esco in 1997, 98 back at Pembroke Lakes Mall. Shout out Pembroke Lakes Mall, at a place called Reggae Wear, where you buy mixtapes and all type of stuff there. But you could get your Willie Esco and you could get your Aniche, Pele Pele, and all the vibes were there. And so yeah, man, I always remembered it. I always remember wearing it. And I just waited for an opportune time, and I just, you know what I mean, a closed mouth don't get fed, and I just stepped live, and I was like, hey, man, really admire your brand, really grew up to it. I gave him the whole spiel on how I felt about him, and you know, gave him his flowers, you know, basically, and told him if there was ever any chance on earth, you know I'm not really doing the biggest numbers on earth, but if we could ever work on something, you know, that would be incredible. And on everything, I'm going to tell you right now, he told me, you got it, brother. He just hit me just like that. Wow. I go for real. He goes, yeah, man. You ask for mentorship. I'm here for you. And it just it was that organic. All I did was ask. I mean, and he responded, and it was that simple, man. I sent them designs. We went back and forth. We created it together, and he was so easy to work with too. You know what I'm saying? He was easy to work with. Again, he was very supportive as well, posting and reposting, and
that's big.
Yeah, that was super awesome, man. Shout out to my brother Willie Esco, man. Shout out to him. We got a lot of stuff to work on. You guys don't know this. I give a little diamond out there, but I got a sneaker I'm gonna work on with him. A little sneaker that I'm working on. The CHH-ish, the Air CHH-ish. Yeah, it's gonna be crazy because watch. I got you. I know what you want to wear. And then what else? He actually owns a bunch of vintage brands. Willie Esco owns Coogee.
Wow.
He owns it. So just, you already know where my mind is at. And hopefully, you know, we can figure out something where we could do, you know, a little collaboration for the Coogee sweater song and kind of just figure something out, how we could work that out. But as soon as I thought about it, as soon as I remember hearing him that he owned Coogee, that was the first thing that came to me. I'm like,
I got something for you, man.
Yeah, like some kind of vibe. Like we could shoot an old commercial. You know how you know how Kith does the stuff with diplomats and with the locks, and we could do a social club one with, like, you know, kind of crazy, man. A little Willie Esco vibe.
No, that's dope. That's dope. All right, now what about the acting bug that you caught for a little bit?
Still caught it. Still crazy. You asked Ryan Lamar. He should pop up. Yo, Ryan, if you around, somebody tell him to pop up. We spoke last week. We just finished the screenplay for my movie that we're gonna put into production.
Dope.
But here's where I'm at. So I'll say this here because me and him had started talking about it as well. As I was hearing 50 Cent talking, and he was saying, his things are not necessarily movies, but he breaks them down into those series where you can break them down and kind of stream them and stuff like that. And I thought that was interesting because the way he said it made sense. He's like, when you do a movie, you need a mega star. You know what I'm saying? Putting all this money into it, you need to recoup. You got to pay people. You got to do so much. But when you do a series, you have time for the audience to fall in love with you or build a character or kind of build a story out.
Development.
And so I feel like my story, the way that it builds out, would possibly benefit better from a series that we could build out and they can get to know me or the character that plays me, depending on how we play it out. But yeah, man, that's definitely in the works. It's already written. It's already all, we're just going to figure out exactly the format and then which distribution we go to.
Yeah, because I remember you telling me, and I didn't want to I wanted to be a little vague about it, but I remember you said there was, you had camera guys following you around a little bit, and you had some different stuff. Is that the same? That's the same thing, or that's
actually a different thing? But I'll tell you how it actually played out. He sent somebody to see me, and we spent 7 hours, and I just told the story, and he had a tape recorder, and he was just like a stenographer. Okay. And he's just basically jotting down everything. And then I'm like, you need me to repeat that? And he was like, no, I got it. Because he had the iPhone just recording too, right, the voice memo. So he was able to just take that. And then I gave him the whole story. And I would, stop and say,
audition of sorts where you're.
I kind of told the story the way I would want it kind of like to play out. And then I would say, hey, right here, insert this. Like, I want to make sure when you do this scene, you consult with me. I want to make sure it's authentic. And we really broke it down. Right. But yeah, look forward to that because it's coming. It's coming. Especially now, I ain't gonna front. Like, I always knew that. You know what? I never really thought about it like this, but it hit me. Like, people call it a midlife crisis or something. People don't know. I'm 45, so I'm probably the eldest statement in this whole situation that's still live, current, going crazier than ever. Probably sounding better than I did when I started. I just gotta say that. But I'm gonna tell you right now, it's just it feels like a great time. For me to do everything that I'm trying to do. I knew I had to just be consistent and just get myself on my solo brand, be consistent. And I was coaching there's so many rappers that I won't say their name, but I coached them and I enabled and I let them know everything that I should be doing. And I was teaching everybody else what they should be doing except for me. And then I finally just jumped off the porch. I was like, you know what? You know how it is. The barber has long hair. You know how it is. It's just a wild thing. The coach is just, but I realized that for my kids, for my legacy, for me, I mean, I'm not going to die on the content hill. It's very simple to do content. So I figure out my times to do it. And you see all of a sudden the waterfalls have opened up. I got a few things. I could announce it here, but what I'm going to do is Friday, I'm going to be with the person. So when I get with the person, we may go live and I'll announce it there. But I got another huge song that's coming out next month. I'm moving again, November 22nd. I got another song coming out. And then Christmas, we got another song coming out. That's going to be a social club song. That's going to be a crazy situation there. But we're just going to stay consistent. As you can see, Marty's moving like an avalanche. You know what I mean? Like, Marty's going crazy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He's dropping a ton of content on us today. And that's just what it is, And at the end of the day, we're just staying consistent. And we're doing our thing. We're doing what we got to do and continue to make the music we want to make independently. For those who don't know, we're not signed anymore to Capitol Records. We're now independent. We're doing independent stuff on our own calendar. And it just feels great. And I feel dope. One thing I would say, it does feel like starting from scratch.
Yeah, of course.
With some name recognition. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. But I love it because I love the game. I love the hustle. You feel me? I come from this. So like you could put me at 0. It don't matter. I want to be at 0 because I already know how to build it back up. You feel me? Yeah. So I'm probably, if you go to your archive, your Rapzilla archive, I'm probably one of the only rappers that's rapping from 2010. You know what I mean?
Not many. There is not many.
I thought about that. I was like, I've seen them all. I've seen them come and go. And I know God covers me. He got his hand on me for a certain time, and I haven't written my best song yet. But I got a couple of my best ones coming up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So are we going to get part 2 of
Yes.
it
Shout out.
does?
I could do you an announcement. I could do you an announcement. I could do you that announcement. I spoke to Street Runner. We're gonna work on it.
Okay.
Yeah, I spoke to him like a month ago. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I realized too, man? I'm telling you, for people who are young artists trying to hit people up to work with them and stuff like that, trust me, they're looking to see if you're being consistent, if you're posting, if you're just trying to get a feat. Like, trust me, bro, ain't nobody rushing to be on your feature, dog. You feel me? Nobody like, but if you're strategically working and you grinding and it looks crazy, and I'm like, yo, and this young person want to work, man. Oh man, we're like, it gotta, you know what I'm saying? I gotta see it, you know. But I tell you, man, it feels awesome to be putting out music again. It feels awesome to be in 2024 putting out brand new hits. You know what I'm saying? With a whole quiver full of arrows.
Got that quiver. You know, it's what you're saying is so relatable too, because just like you know, artists will come up to me or different people will come to me and they'll ask my advice. I'll tell them how to do things, whatever. And then you realize you get so caught up in kind of helping and guiding other people that you're like,
You
oh yeah, but what about
forget
myself?
to do your own stuff,
It's like, yo,
man.
I do things too. And then you have to kind of reinvent your own wheel. You have to be like, oh, well, I'm a dummy because I'm telling people how to succeed when I should be trying to help myself succeed.
Yeah, I figured the best way was to lead by example. I stopped
Yeah,
talking. That's really what happened. I was doing a lot of talking and I wasn't doing enough production. So ain't no more talking.
yeah. And I know you write like every day. You used to send me
I'm
freestyles every day.
ghostwriting a lot now too.
Oh,
I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm just ghostwriting a lot now too because you know what? I all those freestyles, mind you, like I got them all and they kept my sword sharp. But I'm gonna tell you right now that there's so much other things that I'm doing that like literally right now the only time I write is
okay.
Sundays. I write on Sundays. I made sure to pick a day, you know, like after church
No,
and
it's
stuff
good.
like that. Like I just write on Sundays. I'll get me a time where I just go relax and I'll write. And I'll make sure it's a song and a whole situation. You know what I mean? It won't take me maybe an hour or something to get a whole song, you know, an hour and change whatever I'm doing, depending how I'm feeling or what kind of motivation. But I do it. I make sure every single Sunday I still write a song. So it's a song a week it's a big change from 7 songs a week to 1 song a week. But I only need a song a month in the life I'm living right now.
And are these Fern songs or these social
No,
club songs?
these are Fern songs, but I
Okay.
ain't gonna front, man. Yo, Marty knows we have a clip. We have a clip in the chamber right now. We got a social club clip album right now, brand new songs, the craziest production, samples, all ready to go. All we gotta do is figure out when we want to do it. And you know it's a good problem to have. The problem is this: he's doing stuff, I'm doing stuff. We got to make sure we put that social club in the right little
Yep.
spot right there where we could,
Yep.
you know.
Yeah, and Marty's shining too, just like you said. So
Going crazy. Yeah, we're going crazy, man. At the end of the day, it's the timing, man. If you see us shining, if you see him shining, if you see me shining, man, check your time, check your watch, because that's what time it was meant for that time, man.
it's the alkaline glow. It's the alkaline
It's the
glow.
alkaline
You
glow, man. Trust me.
you ain't get Marty on the alkaline?
Hey, man, shout out to my brother, man. He stays healthy as possible, man. But
No, I know he put work.
yeah, he go. But I ain't gonna front, man. He does well, man. He does good. He does good, man. He does good. He's not
Your
alkaline, but
glow's rubbing
he
off.
stays
The
he
glow's
stays
rubbing off
healthy.
on him though.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah, man.
so is there a difference in working on songs with Marty for Social Club than there is working on songs when you guys are features on each other's tracks?
Yeah, no, not really.
So
Nah.
you basically treat it like it's a Social Club
Yeah,
song
that's
when
it, bro. Yeah, I'll be like, yo, I want like I be on here. Or if I send him something and like really a 33024, I sent him to it and he sent me something back. I didn't even like it wasn't even like scheduled like that. That's how I knew that, like obviously that's why that song's doing well because when he saw it, he saw the vision to do that. He
right.
sent it, he's like, yo, I put something on there for you. Sometimes it's like that too. Because sometimes we're just sending each other stuff just to hear it and kind of be like, oh, fire, oh, dope, or oh, you should send it to this guy, he'll do this, or oh, you're gonna mix that, or you know, just kind of always bouncing ideas off each other, you know.
Yeah. And you're you're still in Florida?
In Florida.
So did
6A Douglas right now in the house. I'm at 6A Douglas right
oh,
now.
beautiful. So did the dynamic change a bit when he moved, or are you guys?
No,
No,
not even a
you guys
hair.
are usually apart anyway.
Yeah, he was living an hour from me anyway.
Okay.
He lived in Palm Beach, so we were always an hour away anyway. So we were always meeting at airports. So nothing changed, not even a little bit. It even got, I'll keep it a bean. It got stronger. It got stronger. Like, we talk way more. We talk way more now than ever. You know what I'm saying? We're always looking out for each other. We always got each other's back. We're always making sure that, you know, everybody got what they need.
That's probably going to reflect in the music too.
It does, man. You could tell at the end of the day, you can hear the freedom in the music. That's how it reflects. You hear the freedom. You hear Marty doing whatever he do. He's singing his heart. He's doing what because he's free, because he could do whatever, because there's no pressure, there's no strings, there's no nothing. You feel me? There's no, like, think about this. Imagine like how long we've been partners and there's never been like no fallout, no nothing. It's just been, you got to think about that. That's only, it can only happen if two people love each other and they're just really chilling. Like it's the only way. It can't be fabricated or nothing. It's just been too long. It's been 14 years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I'm sure that distance though does wonders too, because you're not always like together, always doing everything together. That's when people start to drive each other crazy. So
we've been on tour for years, you know, and you know, especially being on tour and our own headline tours and stuff like that, we were in charge of so many things. And one thing I'll give us the kudos, man. Like we always held it together, man. And we never let you see us sweat.
Yeah.
One thing about Social Club, anybody who booked us or toured with us or whatever, dang, those guys were really easy, plug and play. They were up there, they did their thing, they got down, they're out the way.
Yeah.
You feel me? Yep. But we left our presence, but we let you know what happened. You feel me? If you saw Social Club, you knew we were there, but then we're just gone, like a ghost in the night. You know what I mean? But you knew we were there.
So let me ask you this: now that you guys are independent, well, maybe specifically for you, is there now music that you kind of want to dabble with or jump into that maybe you couldn't explore before because of like a label situation or because of expectation of what a fan base should be getting from you?
Man, you know what, man? No, I feel like you guys know me. I always drop whatever I want. Like if I want to talk about whatever I want to talk, I just drop whatever.
Right.
I've never been an artist that kind of been like marginalized. You know, I'm always say something. I've never been like somebody to curve my speech or something or nothing like that. But I'll tell you this, like I do feel that I can experiment more into real instrument music and kind of get into more of a live band setting at some point.
Oh,
you know, being a real musician myself, I play the trumpet, I play the drums. I mean, that's just a fact. Everybody knows that. Everybody who knows me knows that. And then so it would be a very comfortable setting for me if I was to figure that out at some point. You know what I mean? And kind of just bring that type of vibe. But right now, I'm just making whatever I want, but strategically at the same token, if that makes any sense. Right now, I'm working on a couple projects, but just expect some singles, some consistent singles right now until I figure out the actual how the projects get laid out. You know, I got a couple little directions I want to go, but it feels good, like I said, to get my feet back wet. So now that I got a little bit of the attention back, I can figure out. Now, mind you, I'm telling you, I got a project right now with my brother Derek Winkley that I got my eye on, that I already recorded, and it's already ready to go. I'm gonna send it to mixing and mastering. For those who don't know who Derek Winkley is, at Derek Winkley, look him up. He writes for your favorite artists. He produces for your favorite artists. And we got a project. It's so beautiful. It's actually, I originally wanted to drop it in September because it's like sweater weather music. Really grown up, dog. Real father Fern. You know what I'm saying?
Another F.
I already got all the videos shot and everything. Everything's ready to go. So we're just waiting to figure out. I'm going to drop a song first that I just finished recording. I got the vocals from him back. We're going to drop that first. And once we get that little feeler out there, then we'll drop the project to follow it. That's probably going to be top of 25, though. You feel me? Something fresh. Maybe spring. Spring will still feel fresh.
Bro, not for nothing. Some artwork with you wearing like a collar, like a priest, Father Fern. That would
You
go
never
crazy
know, man, you know, but I just, you
with the
know, for real.
tweeting.
And that's another thing, even on the social club tip, like me and Marty being both fathers, you know, and both growing up and just, you know, we're not those young, necessarily those young guys from Pizza Party, but our kids eat pizza and we're their dads and we've grown and like, you feel me? Like
Yeah,
it's still got to find a way to translate. Like I think about it all the time. Like, where are those people? The same way we grew up. Where are our fans from when I was at Murray Hill Theater jumping off the stage? Like, where are you? You grew up. Where are you? Let me see you. Where like tap in. You feel me? Like the same love that you had. Where is it? You feel me?
yeah.
Like, because that's sometimes I think about them like we're still active, we're still here, but like so many things done change, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, where are the fans at? You know what I'm saying? Where are the fans at? Did they all become rappers? Like all my fans became rappers.
That's
Like,
that's
you know what I'm saying?
everybody in the Rapzilla comments when we post stuff. I'm like, yo, everyone in here is a rapper.
Yeah. Oh, you know what I'm saying? I'm looking for my fans. I think, you know what? Let me know. Maybe I'm gonna start one of those those little text phones where I could really just talk to them directly and kind of just find my fan base and kind of just, because think about it, you get 5,000 people to spend $200 on you for the year, which is not too tough. That's $1,000,000.
Bro,
That's a
even
that's mathematics for my little independent artists out here thriving. You get 10,000 people to spend $100 on you. That's really realistic, dog.
but even think of it like this: if you get 500 people to just spend $1 on you, that's going to be more than 5,000 streams.
Listen, man. Shout out to Even, man. I got my eye on you. Even.biz. I'm thinking about doing some biz. You know what I'm saying? Because that might be something, man. That direct to consumer, man. Just I gotta tell you. I mean, I know distro's fire too. I ain't gonna front because it gets you out in front of so many people. So I don't describe. I love distro too. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? But I think there's a good way to live both somehow. You know what I'm saying? How you
Oh,
can drop on Even and then hit distro, or like, you know, there's got to be a happy medium somewhere where everybody can get fed until you find that consistent fan base that will always just go to your website and buy it from you.
yeah.
You know, those 10,000 people.
Yo,
It's the quest for 10,000, dog.
Andy Minio just popped in here. He said Fernie for president.
Shout out my guy, man. I love you, brother.
Andy, you got to join us on here too, man. Talk about that project. That rollout is crazy. All right, so Fern, last question. What are two things or even two people right now that are really blessing you in your
Say it again. What do you need?
What are two things that have been a big blessing to you, or
Yeah.
even two people that are really like kind of feeding you and blessing you in this present time?
Oh, right now, Marty, always, man. Like literally in for real, he helps me a lot with my music, man. He helps me a lot. You feel me? Like I'm for real. Marty and shout out my guy Prim. For those who don't know Prim, he's a big producer. Look him up. Produced by Prim. I think at Prim.
Mm-hmm.
Super dope producer. Doing a lot of work out here in the CHH scene, but I really like the cut of his jib, man. He's been going crazy. He produced all the Shiesty. You know what I mean? He's going crazy. But Marty, yeah, Marty, Prim. Shout out my brother Futuristic, man. Shout out to my guy Futuristic. We've been building, we've been chopping. And hey man, you never know what you might see from that as well. But yeah, we've been talking and there's just a few other people that I've been building with as well, and just kind of staying and making sure that that I always give them the wisdom that wasn't necessarily imparted to me. But you know, I kind of like to teach them early what I
Yeah.
learned late, you know.
Yeah. Fern, I don't think we've ever gone through an interview where you didn't say cut of the jib. You threw it right at the end. You got
I
it.
did it for you, dog. Come on, son. I'm right
I
on
remember the
point, son.
first time you ever said that years ago when we did a phone interview. I was like, cut of the jib. I don't know if I've ever heard someone say that. And then
And you know who said, you know where I got it from?
where'd you get it
I
from?
got it from Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
That's an exclusive
yeah.
now. We got an exclusive.
I
So
love it. We'll always
enthusiasm,
say it. We can't end anything without saying it one time.
incredible.
Love it,
All right,
brother.
man. Well, that's it. Because I was gonna ask you what your 2025 looks like. You did
Hey
that.
man, it looks like this. Before I
Looks
go, it
busy.
looks like this. It looks like music. It looks like life, man. It looks like loving my wife, my family, my Jesus. It looks like more music. Did I say more music? It looks like movies. Shout out Ryan Lamar because we're gonna work that out. And I'm just excited, man. Shout out to my brother Marty on all his releases, and man, Social Club is the mothership. We're gonna continue to always keep pushing that as well. It's never gonna go stagnant. It's active right now. For those who know, we dropped 4 brand new songs this year since May. You know, go catch that Slip, go catch them other joints, you know what I mean? Never Been Average. We got a bunch of bangers we dropped this summer. But the algorithm holds you hostage. And so whoever knows to look for Social Club,
Yep.
come get us. Because we're active, green light. Stop playing with me.
All right, my brother. Thank you so much.
Yo, I love you, Justin, man. Thank you, man. Since day one, you've been one of our biggest encouragers and supporters. And shout out to you reaching out to chat with me, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. Keep me posted with everything, bro. We'll cover
new music November 22nd, but I ain't gonna say what's happening yet. Just know we're gonna stay consistent for you. I love you.
All right, bro.
I promise you gonna love it.
Peace, bro.
Love you, Justin.
Thank you. Love you, bro.
Brother.
All right. So that was Fern of Social Club Misfits. We had a dope conversation about a couple things. I know I said we're gonna talk about a lot of things that he doesn't necessarily talk about. I know he's really into the health journey and stuff, and he does talk about that, but I wanted to give him kind of a platform to really explain and say everything, because I had questions about it. So we got a couple gems in here, of course, because Fern with the cut of the jib is always dropping knowledge for people. And yes, Social Club is the best. I agree. What's up, Baruch? I see you, bro. And he gave us a couple of exclusives. I'm not going to keep talking anymore. My name is Justin CHH-ish. I'm the editor of Rapzilla. Special shout out to Fern. Next week, we're going to be back with Jeannie Ortega. The week after that, I think we're going to be back with AI the Anomaly. So stay tuned. We're ended the year out with a bang, and then bringing it back in the new year as well. Everyone, give Rapzilla a follow. If you missed any part of this interview, it's going to go up right now. It'll be live there. Put it on YouTube as well. There'll be clips, so you'll be covered. I got you. All right. Peace.